With the sun fully above the eastern horizon, the runners were beginning to stretch out and settle into their respective paces. There's a long way to go. Early on, runners enjoyed enthusiastic crowds and volunteers along the course. Soon the company was just you and your fellow runners, where most of these people want to be anyway. While half the runners turned out over the Grand River to cover the full marathon, others, running the half marathon, found themselves just 4 miles from the finish line. Once the two races split, the pack suddenly loosens up and it's time to evaluate pace. Can I go another 17 miles at this pace? We'll see. Picking up his pace and finding the finish line first was Tad Holst, winning the half marathon in 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 20 seconds. Quality time in great conditions. Meanwhile, those in the marathon pushed on. Most were still getting to the halfway mark, but in a marathon, 13.1 miles might mathematically be the halfway point, but mentally, you've still got a long ways to go. The highlight of the Metro Health Grand Rapids Marathon is the course itself. Miles of tree-lined, well-maintained surface right along the banks of the Grand River. A significant part of the course allows runners to meet other runners coming and going along the trail. It's a great way to encourage other runners and see that those in front of you are actually doing it, getting through the race. In a marathon, there's comfort and confidence in knowing that your fellow runners are finishing, and that so too will you. Back at the finish line, the party was in full swing as the last of the half marathon runners were finishing up. And as the halfers were beginning to thin out, the first full marathon finisher came through. Virtually unnoticed, but sure enough, Ryan Grootman from South Bend, Indiana had just finished in course record time. Back on the course, runners found themselves at that point where mental strength becomes as important as physical, and the limits of one's determination are fully tested. But wait, this is Grand Rapids. Sure, be determined, but have fun doing it.
They're enthusiastic, energetic, and they keep you going. Couldn't have made it without them. Love them.
Another aid station, another mile marker, and before you know it, you're in the final few meters of completing a marathon. If there wasn't a party going on in Grand Rapids already, there certainly was now.
I did great. It's my first marathon completing it. I did better than I thought I would. So I'm happy.
Our finish line is like a party. When people come across the line, I am there greeting everybody that comes across the line, shaking hands, hugging, and just letting everybody know how proud I am of them finishing the race. They get all done, and we also have another tradition here in Grand Rapids. They get done with the race, we have microbrew at the finish line. But when they're preparing for the race, one of the things in the race day instructions is that they bring a beer as a gift for the race director. And so they buy me a beer, I buy them a beer. Next thing you know, we're all buddies, which means that the finish line is a celebration, not among a bunch of anonymous people, but a celebration among friends.
This is a very unique race. I have done somewhere over 100 marathons and ultra marathons, stretching over 3 decades, or almost 3 decades now. And the Grand Rapids Marathon is very special. I did the one a couple years back, and since then I didn't think it could improve, but the crowd support was phenomenal. The beer is great. Yeah, the chili is terrific. It's a great chance to kind of rendezvous with friends, and we really don't want to leave. As a matter of fact, I hear they have 40 kegs, and I think we're going to hang out until they get down to the 38th or 39th at least.
Finishing a marathon is tough for everyone, but reactions to finishing the marathon are as unique as the runners themselves.
Probably number 1, I didn't die, and number 2, I finished, and I finished with a time that I'm really happy with. I'm ecstatic about it. Amen.
Best experience of my life. The course was awesome. Volunteers are the best in the world. This is the best race. You have to run this race.
One of the best things about accomplishing something like a marathon is how good it feels once you've actually done it, and then realizing your dreams just got a little bigger.
The marathon has always been a metaphor for me. I always figured if you could run a marathon, if you could put together a plan that would allow you to run 26.2 miles, it would allow you to do anything. And the marathon is really just something that continues through your whole life. It's not just a one-time event, because it will have a life-changing effect on your whole outlook. And you will never be the same once you've crossed the finish line and have a marathon medal around your neck.